Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are student of IKPGI Pontianak. This video was made to complete one of the group assignment for the Sociolinguistics subject with the teaching lecturer Desi Sri Astuti MPD. We are from group 7 consisting of 3 participants are ready to present our material right now. Hello everyone, I'm Azhari Dharmawan. Here I'm gonna explain to you about tu and vous and a trace term. Okay, without any further ado, here we go. In French, there are 2 ways of saying you, namely tu and vous. Knowing when to use which French pronoun will help you navigate through many social situations. Tu is only used to address one person, while vous is used to address one or more people. As a singular second person pronoun, vous is used in more formal context, while tu is more familiar or informal. Alright, the informal singular subject pronoun tu indicates an intimate, amicable, and or equal relationship between 2 people, and it is used with family, friends, lover colleague, and classmates. Kids always use it with one another, as do most teens, even when meeting for the first time. Likewise, adult friends of friends often use it upon being introduced. Tu is also used when talking to God, children, animals, and inanimate objects. Using tu with someone who doesn't fit any of these categories is likely to cause offense. And now is vous. The formal subject pronoun vous indicates a respectful and or distant relationship. It's used between strangers and in professional situations, such as doctor, patient, and clerk, customer. It is also used in professional and academic hierarchies, like boss-employee and professor-student. Using vous with someone who doesn't fall into one of these categories demonstrates a certain distance or worse. Remember, vous is plural. Always use it when talking to more than one person, even family, friends, and kids. Okay guys, now let me give you some example of using tu and vous in conversation, and I will compare it with English way. Formal. In English, hello sir, how are you? In French, bonjour monsieur, comment allez-vous? Informal. In English, hey man, how is it going? In French, salut mec, tout passe bien. Well everyone, now let's move to the next material, that is about a trace term. How do you address a person? By title, by last name, first name, nickname, or some combination of this. Okay, a term of address is a word, phrase, name, or title used to address someone in writing or while speaking. Terms of address are also known as a trace term or form of address. Nicknames, pronouns, pejorative, and terms of endearment all qualify. Terms of address may be formal, such as Doctor, the Honorable, His Excellence, and so on, or informal, such as honey, dear, you, babe, and so on. Formal terms of address are often used to recognize academic or professional accomplishments, while informal terms of address are often used to show affection. The way in which people address one another usually also depends on their age, sex, social group, and personal relationships. Address forms are really part of a complete semantic system having to do with social relationships. In general, the most common address forms are names, second-person pronouns, and kin terms. The use of either of these forms depends on social status and role relationship. For example, a president of a faculty may be addressed with title and his last name or her last name, whereas a friend can be addressed with just a first name. Okay guys, that's all from me. Hope you enjoyed it, and the next material will be explained by my friends. I'm Azhari Dharmawan. Peace out.
Hello, my name is Muhyiddin. Next material is the politeness. In this material, I explain a little about the politeness. Being polite means paying attention to the facial expression of the speaker and the talking partner about the giving a polite greeting. According to experts, everyone has a negative image and positive image. The expert classification 4 types of the politeness strategy and the positive image and negative image. Strategy for expert. 1 is the on record politeness, 2 positive politeness, 3 negative politeness, and 4 off record politeness. I think in the on and the record strategy and positive politeness are interrelated by the giving impression of the being honest is not complete, not giving convention sentence by the talking partner. Speaker conditioned by the praising, expressing sympathy and interest. Meanwhile, negative and off-record strategy are interrelated, namely politeness strategy that are used with the intention of the minimizing the small possible threat to a person's negative image. The expression used are indirect and allow the speaker to interpret things that are different from the speaker intents. The main purpose of the speaker is to express the point without the impression of the being forced of the expecting that speaker to carry out or reply to what the speaker means. The next material is the meaning of the speech act. According to Austin theory, what we say has 3 kinds of the meaning. In my opinion, material, the use of sentences that are confused depend on the situation and condition of the speaker to express something directly by the paying attention to the intonation and the face of the speaker. This one meaning literary. The literary meaning of what is said. Communicative art. Example is hot in here. 2. Illusionary meaning that social function of the what is said. Speaker intonation. Example is hot in here could be speaker requires of the someone to open the window. 2. Speaker refusal to close the window because someone is cool. 3. Complaint implying that someone should know better than to keep the window closed. 3. Precautionary meaning the effect of what is said. Example is hot in here could result in someone opening the window. Example tension is hot in here. Have 3 meaning. The one is literary meaning of what is said. Communicative art. 2. Illusionary meaning that social function what is said. Speaker intonation. Example is hot in here could be speaker request from the someone open the window. Speaker refusal to close the window because the someone is cool. 3. Complaint implying that someone should know better than to keep the window closed. And 3. Meaning precautionary meaning the effect of what is said. Is hot in here could result in someone opening the window.
Hello everyone, I'm Ragil. Now I'm going to explain about cooperation and face. We can view utterances as acts of various kind and the exchange of utterances that we call conservation as a change of age, not just exchange of words, although they are these two. In the other hand, cooperation is when we communicate, we assume without realizing it that we and the people we are talking to will be conservationally cooperative. Greece maintains that the overriding principle in conversation is one he calls the cooperative principle. Greece lists four maxims that follow from the cooperative principle. There are quantity, quality, relation, and manner. 1. The maxim of quantity requires you to make your contribution as informative as is required. For example, what time do you work tomorrow?
Tomorrow I work at 2 p.m.
2. The maxim of quality requires what you not to say, what you believe to be false, or that for which you lack adequate evidence. For example, why did you late last night?
My car break down.
3. Relation is simple injunction. Be relevant. For example, how is the weather today?
It's rainy and cloudy.
4. Manner requires you to avoid obscurity of expression and ambiguity, and to be brief and orderly. Maxims are involved in all kinds of rational cooperative behavior. For example, where was professor when class ended?
She left class and went to her office.
Okay, government has called face work the work of presenting face to each other, protecting our own face and protecting the other's face. Conservation, therefore, involves a considerable amount of role playing. We choose a role of ourselves in each conservation, discover the rule or rules, the other or the other, the playing and the process to construct a little dramatic encounter, much of which involves respecting others' face. Okay, now we move to some features of conversation. Speech can be plain or unplain. Unplanned speech is talk which is not thought out prior to its expression. There are some formal devices used in conversation. 1. Attention pair. Not quiz state that attention pair is a two-part exchange in which the second utterance is functionally dependent on the first, as exhibited in conventional greetings, invitation, and request. Attention pair occurs when the utterances of one speaker make a particular kind of response very likely. A greeting, for example, is likely to be answered by another greeting. How do you do?
How do you do?
How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
In an attention pair, there is often a choice of two likely responses. A request is most likely to be followed by either an acceptance or a refusal. In such case, one of responses is termed the preferred response because it occurs most frequently, and the other is the dispreferred response because it is less common. Preferred response is the response given is expected by the speaker. For want to join us for dinner tomorrow?
We'd love to.
This preferred response is the response given is not as expected by the speaker. For example, want to join us for dinner tomorrow?
No, your cooking is terrible.
And the last is turn taking, not quiz. State turn taking is a term for the manner in which elderly conversation normally take place. In most conversation, only one person speak at a time and that person is recognized to be the one whose turn it is to speak. Here is an example of such insertion. First, insertion sequence. Insertion sequence is in which one question and answer pair contains another. Did you enjoy the meal?
Did she?
Yes.
So did I.
And the second, that is a side sequence. A side sequence is when speakers simply switch from one type to another unrelated one and then back again. For example, I'm dying to know. Where's my watch, by the way?
What?
What Gillian's aerobic sessions are like? Ha 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 ha.
What? Aerobic sessions? It's here.
Gillian's does aerobic sessions every evening. That's them. Thanks. Can you imagine? And the third, repair. Repair is in which participants correct either their own words or those of another participant, aging toward situation in which maximum communication is achieved. What have you got to this afternoon?
Oh, I'm going to repair the chill bar.
What do you mean, chill bar?
Oh, its metal bar goes arc. Has to fixed from one side of the car. From one side of the back seat to the other for the baby seat to go on.
Ah, okay.